Welcome to WAFIF Connect. Here's your host.
Bless you. Great afternoon. Welcome again to WAFIF Connect Miracles Now on Omega Radio. And God is doing an awesome job. God is moving. God is creating waves in the lives of people. Listen, you are on with us. Listen, tell your friend, tell your neighbor to join us on Omega Radio. This is the place to be, 89.9, and God is going to speak into their lives. Listen, get on right now. If you are on social, on Facebook, on YouTube, you need to tell someone to get on and watch right now, because God is about to release a word in their lives. Hallelujah. We want to honor and acknowledge our founder and senior pastor, the Apostle Courtney McLean, and First Lady, the Reverend Nadine McLean. Want to acknowledge the pastors of WAFIF Fort Lauderdale, Reverend Kimula Brownlow and Minister Delo, WAFIF Canada, Reverend Tennessee Dixon and the Lady Otunda Dixon, WAFIF Kingston, Reverend Michael Taylor and Lady Alicia Taylor. We bless God for them. WAFIF Clarendon, we bless God for WAFIF Clarendon, Pastor George Smart and Minister Tamika Smart. WAFIF New York with Reverend Keisha Daniels Dean over there, and Deacon Michael Dean. God is just doing some powerful things, and we bless God for how he is moving in Jamaica, how he's moving all across the world. This is WAFIF Connect Miracles Now, and I'm telling you, every time we gather together as a church, whether online or in the building, people are getting crazy testimonies. If you were last week at the Prophetic Fire Conference hosted by Apostle Courtney McLean, listen, your life would have been transformed. And that is what it's about. It is about getting in the space, getting in that atmosphere so that God can speak to you, so that you can get a word. And even if the guest speaker doesn't signal you out, remember, once you are in the company of prophets, the Lord is speaking. And I want you to understand that this is your time for miracles. February is always almost over. Guess what? It's time to march into March with power. Get into March knowing that it is your time to conquer. It is your time to get in the circle of champions. Things may not have worked in February, but listen, once you are still alive, it means that God is creating that space for you. And it is for you to believe him. It is for you to trust him. It is for you to hope in him. You know, last week we started our journey by just looking at the impact that when two of us come together, how powerful it is. Yes. And I want to continue this evening just talking about the importance of drawing alongside someone who is able to help you to go to the next level. Finding that destiny helper. Finding that person who is going to push you to make sure that you accomplish your best. And right where you are, I want you to begin to think, who is that person in your life that you need to draw alongside that will help you to cause your purpose to come to the fore, that will cause you to rise above where you are now, that will cause you to push beyond your limits. I want to speak in your life and to tell you that there is more in you. I want to speak in your life and tell you that there is so much in you, and it has been laying dormant for some time, and you need to let it out. Paul says to Timothy, stir up the gift that is inside of you that you received through the laying of hands. And I want to say to somebody right now that you have some gifts. There are some potentials in you that you have, and it is time for them to come out. It is time for you to shine. It is time for you to begin to walk in your prophetic destiny. Yes, that business woman that is in you that is dormant, let it out. It's time for it to come forth. That businessman that is in you that has been dormant, it's time for it to come to the fore. And many times we often need someone who is going to be there to see that, listen, there is more to you than this. There are greater things inside of you than what's happening now. And you need that person to help to push you and stir you up. Want you to understand when you look at the text from 2 Kings chapter 7, as we explored last week, that these are 4 men who are leprous. They decided that they were not going to die where they were because they were placed outside of the city because the leprosy is contagious. They were placed outside of the city, but there was famine in the land. They decided that though we have leprosy, we refuse to die right here by starvation. We have had leprosy for so long and we have not died yet. But listen, because we have not died from leprosy, we will not allow starvation to take us out. And I don't know what is your limitation this afternoon. I don't know what are the things that have been holding you back, and they have caused you not to step forward. But I came to tell you that it's time for you to step forward. Your limitations will no longer hold you down. Leprosy could not hold them down, so they stayed where they were and died of starvation. Listen to me. Get up. You have enough strength. Now you have enough people around you. There were 4 of them. They were pushing each other. They were saying to each other, we are not going to die here. They were encouraging each other. There comes a time when you need to get in a circle with people who are going to encourage you, who are going to push you. And that is what the body of Christ is for. That it is a family. It is a community. A community is established to push each other onto greatness. That's what the 4 leprous men did. They encouraged each other. They decided they were not going to leave any of them behind. They were going to bring each other forward to the Syrian camp. I speak over your life that you right now will get in that space with someone who is going to encourage you, who is going to tell you that you can do this, who is going to tell you that business that you started, it is going to thrive. Yes, who is going to tell you that your limitation will not hold you down. Can I speak into anybody's life this afternoon? You will rise. Yes, yes, yes. Your limitations will not hold you back. It's time for you to go forward, and you need to get in the circle with people who are going to push you forward. Understand this, that as you come together as a team, what happens is that you will be able to carry the weight. By myself, it is going to be difficult to lift a table. But if I have help, yes, if I have help, then to move that table becomes easier. I want to say to you this afternoon that I sense God is sending help for somebody. Someone who has been praying and it seems like nothing is happening. I sense that God is sending help your way right now. For 1 shall chase 1,000, but two will put 10,000 to flight. My God, that is divine mathematics for you. You need to get someone else that will storm the throne of heaven so that there can be a release. Am I talking to anybody right now? When the armies were coming against Jehoshaphat, Jehoshaphat feared, but he called the entire nation to a time of prayer and fasting. Hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me. Because there were more than one. Yeah, there were more than 2. Look at what God did. God heard them and he sent a word. Jehoshaphat, the battle is not yours, it is the Lord's. And I speak into somebody's life today that the battle is not yours. You are going to overcome. You will not fight alone. Yes, you will not fight alone. then the next thing I want to tell you is that when two are better than one, they can push each other to be their best, or we said last week, to better their best. Yeah. There are things in you that you have not started to do yet. And it's because someone is not running with you that will push you to better your best. Yes, can I say to you, in an Olympic race, 100-meter race, with the fastest runners in the world, what causes that person to win the race is not just that they are only talented, but they have people in that race who are going to push them to do their best. Yes, push them to run as fast as they can, because everyone in that race can run very fast. But because you have people in that race who can run as fast as you can run, they are there to push you. Yes, push you to say, listen, you got to better your best. I know you ran this time last week, but now it's a bigger race and you got to better your best. What do you need to do today to better your best? What do you need to do to cause your business to grow? What do you need to do to cause your spiritual life to grow? What do you need to do to cause your marriage to grow? What do you need? You this evening decide, I am going to better my best. Then I want to say to you that when you're in the company of champions, people who have the same mindset as you are, they prevent each other from making destructive mistakes. Look what was happening. When the 4 leprous men went into the Syrian camp, yes, and they started to find all the riches and wealth and all the nice things, that one of them said, listen, what we are doing is not good. We are keeping this to ourselves when we should be going back and tell the king in the city what we have found. Listen, one decided we're not going to make the mistake and not help those who are starving in the city. I came to tell you this afternoon that when you come in the company of people that can help you to rise, they will help you not to make destructive decisions. That's why you need a mentor. You need someone who's going to help you to make the right decisions. You need someone who is going to tell you that, listen, what you are doing right now, you can do much better than what you're doing. You can be better at what you're doing. You can be better than who you are. I'm here to tell you, make up in your mind that you will rise. And we want to invite you to Youth Leaders Summit, March 15 to 17, 2024 at Warwick Campsite in Manchester. The cost is $8,000 per person. If you're coming as a group, the cost is $6,000. Call us at 824-6220. We want to tell you God is going to shift your life. This is WAFIF Connect. God bless you.
Worship and faith. When our worship meets our faith, then here comes the supernatural.
Mommy, it just opened. What's happening? What?
From the day I can't hear so well, but I just hear pop.
I'm here for years, want to get a baby, and I will speak about my baby. I am excited of my first fruit daughter.
Let signs and wonders, miracles follow you.
Welcome to WAFIF Connect. Here's your host,
In your mouth.